walking a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Scusami, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore. We're the truth. We're the truth. They're coming for Assange today and they're coming for you tomorrow. They've arrived. Oh, hell. People power have to stop the US extradition.
With the UK.
We're the ones with the power. We are the power. Strength in unity.
The UK government is going to help me. The US government.
We've got you surrounded now. We've got you surrounded. Jail the despots. Jail the despots. Jail the real criminals. Jail the politicians who put us into this criminal behaviour. Don't fall for tyranny. Don't fall for fear-based tyranny. Free speech. Justice for all. Free speech. Stay away, US extradition. Stay away, Joe Biden. Donald Trump. Mike Pompeo. Stay away from Julian Assange. He's the people's champion. Free Julian Assange. Free the truth. Stand up for justice. Stay away, US extradition. Stand up for justice or you won't have any.
No extradition!
Free the truth, free Assange.
No extradition! Stand up for your fellow Australians!
Stand up for Australian citizens. Show no mercy for the Grim Reaper.
No more war!
Go away, US extradition. Joe Biden, Donald Trump. Stay away from Julian Assange. No extradition.
We don't like journalists.
Free speech. Free speech. Free Assange. No cover-up. Free me.
I'm living.
Free me. No cover-up. Donald Trump.
And the only place we advertise.
Hi there. Assange published 100% truth. Therefore, he should not be in jail.
Why are people standing on Sydney Town Hall steps?
We're here to do the job that the mainstream media should be doing and inform the public about what's happening to Julian Assange, an Australian citizen who's won multiple awards for groundbreaking journalism.
Do you believe the Australian media are honest?
If the Australian media were honest about Julian Assange, everyone living in Australia would know that he is absolutely innocent and that he's being tortured to death in the UK. We must all speak up and help others understand the seriousness of Julian's situation for him and for the rest of us.
What evidence do you have that Julian Assange is really being tortured to death?
We know that Julian is isolated 23 hours a day, which amounts to torture. We know his health is declining and that the advice from torture and medical experts is that he will eventually die as a result of the torturous conditions if he is not released from them.
Why aren't our governments and the mainstream media working to free Julian Assange if he is innocent?
Corrupt governments and the mainstream media work to keep the people divided and powerless. They want to keep us ignorant and quiet. We have the right to unite democratically to free Julian Assange. We all have the right to speak the truth. Every voice is important. No one should ever be tortured for speaking the truth. We must speak up and defend Julian Assange against the criminal persecution being perpetrated by our corrupt governments.
Do you really believe that Julian Assange has had a positive impact on the world?
If Julian Assange did not have a positive impact on the world, there wouldn't be such a concerted effort by the forces of corruption to silence his voice and discourage and intimidate his supporters.
What compels you to speak up for Julian Assange?
No one should ever be silenced. No one should ever be tortured. No one should ever be intimidated by others. Every voice is powerful when it reveals truth to our fellow citizens. It's therefore important that we use our voices to reveal the truth of our support for Julian Assange.
Is it okay for governments to hold political prisoners arbitrarily?
Political prisoners don't occur in genuine democracies. While Julian Assange is held as a political prisoner, we must stop any pretense that we are living in a democracy. We must unite to free Julian Assange.
Why is Julian Assange a significant figure?
Julian Assange is the journalist who founded WikiLeaks and published truth about war crimes, torture, surveillance, corporate influence, high-level corruption, media complicity, and election fraud. His persecution and unfounded smears are because of his work. People must know the truth, and we must stand in solidarity with those who give us the truth.
Noam Chomsky, academic activist, said Julian Assange shouldn't be the subject of a grand jury hearing. He should be given a medal. He's contributing to democracy. Bob Carr, former Premier of New South Wales. Does an Australian passport mean nothing? That's the question raised by Canberra's failure to act on revelations about the cruelty and treatment of Julian Assange. It's not hard for the Australian government to let Boris know that strip searches, isolation, handcuffs, and a glass booth are over the top. No, I don't have to give you my name unless you think I've committed a crime. Thank you.
The Australian Senate has actually passed a motion of support to Julian Assange, acknowledging his plight in the UK. This was a Greens motion and it highlighted the problems that Julian Assange has faced. It passed the Senate, it was supported by Labour and the crossbench. Senator Jackie Langley, regrettably, did not support the motion, and of course, government senators did not support it. The senator who presented the motion is Senator Peter Wish-Wilson. He says the following: "Today's vote on this motion gives me hope. This Parliament has come a long way on the Assange extradition issue in recent months. It is significant that the nation's Senate has at least acknowledged Julian Assange and some of the extraordinary and worrying aspects of his extradition trial. The motion acknowledges some basic facts. They are facts that are obviously inconvenient to our government. The government that we have in Australia is unwilling to acknowledge the most basic aspects of the political witch hunt against Julian Assange. If the government acknowledge what's happening to Julian, this fraud that is being committed on the UK legal system and on every one of us, it will show the government has some courage, but they don't. They don't have that courage, and they are not advocating for Julian Assange. They are not advocating for their own citizen. They're not telling us and talking about the fact that Julian is being held without a charge in a foreign prison, awaiting extradition to the country whose war crimes he exposed, that is the US. The extradition trial is now set to resume in January 2021. The Obama administration did not pursue Assange, but Trump has done so. Now, this is a very political trial. We have a political context in this trial, and therefore we have yet to see if the prospects of a new president, that is Biden, will give a reprieve to Julian Assange. It is unknown at this stage whether that will be the case, but we as Australians must continue to create awareness about Julian Assange, about the fact that he is an acclaimed journalist, and the reason that they have him in prison in the UK, in a high security prison, where he is in a cell for 23.5 hours a day, is because he has spoken about the truth, because he has made us aware of war crimes committed in our names by our governments, and that is unacceptable. We don't accept it, and we ask our government to take effective action to obtain the release of Julian Assange. We are proud of Julian Assange. He's an amazing man, an amazing professional, an amazing journalist. He's given his freedom for us, and we want him back in Australia. Thank you.
If the council asks you to come move this bike, we'll have to move it. Because he's blocking the steps. But there's no issue. But I need some of those details to say I've had a conversation. Because we always do it when we come up here.
So I don't want to give you my details because I don't have to leave it.
That's fine, but someone does. Because we've got to put on that there's a protest on.
Well, it's really not a problem. We call it.
Well, it is.
Awareness. I don't have to.
I understand you're always here, you're always people, but...
Yeah, we're always here. So it's just the Friday.
We'll just come together. There will be a report that someone here pretending to stab someone.
What?
Acting. That's why we're here.
What do they look like?
What do they look like? Didn't they give you a report?
The Grim Reaper.
Oh, that'd be the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Funny, isn't it?
Going around. Making trouble.
Very dangerous, that Grim Reaper. Very dangerous.